straight been to that house.
Ricky, I fronted Ricky some dope, 4.4 grams of cocaine, pure cocaine.
Powder. Powder.
You know, I told him to bring me $200 back. I told him, please don't accept my shit if he wasn't gonna pay me.
In this video, I want to tell you guys about a terrifying St. Louis serial killer who goes by the name of Raphael Jackson. Now, this YouTube channel, The Brighter Side of Blue, recently released kind of a breakdown of the full confession of Raphael Jackson, the St. Louis serial killer speaking for the first time.
For you to state your full name.
Raphael Orlando's Jackson.
Okay. What is your age?
28.
Your date?
Damn, his shoes big as fuck, ain't it? My bad. That was a stray. Date
of birth?
That was
6/4/71.
Okay. Where were you born?
St. Louis, Missouri.
Are you married or single?
Married.
Your home address?
2629 Tennessee.
Okay.
Oh, he was from the South Side. That's crazy.
Do you work at the present time?
Yes.
What is your job?
That's crazy. He was a serial killer and he was married too? What the fuck be going on with people?
Homicides and robberies.
He said this is his job? What the So he had to commit more homicides than just 5. That's just the ones he
said his job, his occupation is homicides and robberies. This guy is cold-blooded. Yeah.
All right. Mr. Jackson, previously we have gone over 3 homicides which have occurred. Okay?
Yeah.
One being in St. Louis, one being solely in East St. Louis, and then we had one that started in East St. Louis and ended in St. Louis. Okay?
Yeah.
The one we'd like to start with first is the one that happened in St. Louis, okay, in which a Ricky Williams was killed.
Ricky!
Okay, that was back on September 17th at 3137 California. Can you tell us about your involvement in that case?
Yeah.
3137. That sounds so familiar. Y'all that don't know, I used to be a USPS mail carrier. I used to carry mail. That I've been over there. That is crazy. I didn't even know that. What the hell? That is insane, bro. What the fuck? I've straight been to that house.
Ricky, I fronted Ricky some dope. Man, it was cool. I fronted him approximately 4.4 grams of cocaine, pure cocaine.
Oh, that powder.
That
powder. That powder.
FBI, open up! Told him to bring me $200 back. He can make $500 off of it. Both of them together. I told him, please don't accept my shit if he wasn't gonna pay me. And he said he wouldn't even play me like that. He gonna have my money that night, So that night he still didn't have my money.
Oh.
And I told him, I insisted before I gave my shit. I begged. I said, man, please don't accept my shit, because I got to have all my money.
Right.
He took my shit. Then I ain't see him for 3 or 4 days. When I saw him, he told me he still got it. He ain't been doing nothing. He ain't moved it yet. He gonna take care of me. I told him, man, just get my shit back. I said, because you've been starting some shit, just get my shit back.
Right.
At that.
He let him know early, like, look, just give it back. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like he pleading with him, like, just give it back. You know what I'm saying? You gonna start some shit that you can't finish.
Time, I could afford to lose the shit. It wasn't no trip, but it was the thing that he just beat me for my shit. Well, I told him, have my money that night. I ain't see him for 2 or 3 days again. I saw him again. I asked him for my.
What's that? That's going on like a week after he gave him his, you know what I'm saying, little dope.
My money. He said he gonna take care of me that night. He met with me. Then he still didn't have it. Told me Bill's been slow. He ain't did nothing. So I don't see him. I'm asking everybody how they saw him. Ain't nobody seen him. And I kept, I kept looking for him. And I finally ran into him about 2 weeks later, and he still didn't have my money. He told me to meet him.
3 weeks.
That night. I tried to meet him that night. He ain't even show up. So that's about the 4th week after I gave my shit. I was riding around, looking for some more motherfuckers that beat me for some money.
Oh, damn.
And he didn't, they wasn't at home, so I couldn't kill them. One of them owed me $8.
$8? Hold on.
The other one
he said he's riding
that beat me for some money. And he didn't, they wasn't at home, so I couldn't kill them.
So I couldn't kill them.
Owed me $8.
$8? $8? Mr. Jackson? God damn. Shit. It was serious. Oh my God. You just killed a motherfucker over $8? Over a little 6-piece meal from St. Louis Fish and Chicken? God damn.
He said he's riding around looking to kill people that were playing with his money. One of them only owed him $8, and he was ready to kill them. He went to their home to kill them, and they weren't there.
But they wasn't at home, so I ain't killed them. But being that I was in a killing mood, I decided to look for Ricky.
He was just in a killing mood, and then he said, Ricky, who he fronted just over 4 grams of pure coke to, he was ready to go and kill him, and I think that's how it went down.
And I found him. Me and somebody was with me. I had dropped them off, dropped the guns off. We couldn't find Rick. And then, as soon as I left there on the way home to go to bed, I synced him. I told him I was going to front him an ounce of cocaine. I told him just bring me $1,000 back there to give him a chance to make my money and make him some money. He said meet him back there in an hour. I went back to the dude I dropped off, and I picked up, had him to get a couple guns. Picked up a couple guns, 38 and a Glock 10. The dude was with me had the Glock. I had the 38 with 6 shells in it. The Glock had 16. I rolled back around there. Ricky ain't came back yet. We rolled around the block a few times, waited around the corner, trying to see if we can see him pass on any street where he be on. And we ain't see him. And I kind of got spooked because it was dark and I kept hearing noises. So I left and drove around, asked some dudes if they saw him. They said, there was car down the street. Some dude got smart with me. I started to kill him, but I said, no, I ain't going to get him. So I went down the street. As soon as I pulled up in front of the house on California where Ricky was at, he had his mama car or something with a little white Cavalier. He came out, I ain't blow the horn, he just walked out. And he came up to the van, and I asked him, I say, I told him, I say, get in so I can give you this dope. I don't want to be out in the middle of the street doing it. I was standing in the middle of the street in a stolen van. He had water in his eye, like he knew I was gonna kill him. So I told him, I say, get in. He said, can't I just give it to him right here? I said, no. I said, get in, because I don't want nobody to see me give you the dope. And he said, you can just give it to me right here. He said, where you want me to get in at then? I said, go around and get in the side door. And he just stood there, and I see some tears coming from his eyes. I say, you want it right here? He said, yeah. And I just reached out and shot him. I think I shot him in the face, and he hit the ground. Damn. I just reached out the window and shot the other 5 bullets out there.
That's cold-blooded. He said, you want it right here? And he just shot him in the face.
And then the dude was with me, reached over the passenger side with the Glock and just shot about 10 shells out of him. Shot him up. And we pulled off, dropped the hot van off, and jumped in the legit car. And I went to the house, and I ate me something and drank a cup of coffee and went to sleep.
What the fuck? Yeah, this nigga he wasn't playing about his money, obviously. That's fucked up. It's fucked up on both ends, but damn. Gotta kill him over that? God damn, that powder. That powder.
I mean, look, drinking a cup of coffee and then going to sleep is deranged as it is. So, you know,
yeah, that's deranged. How you drink a cup of coffee and then go to sleep after that? Like, what the fuck? Coffee is supposed to help you stay up. What the fuck? That's backwards as hell.
This guy's out here catching hats, but that is cold blooded. And the matter of fact way that he's just talking about these murders is insane.
And that's basically it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He ran. He was snorting heroin. You know, he fucked up my money.
How much money did he owe you?
He owed me $200.
$200.
I gave him dope because he was doing bad. Me and the dude was cool.
He killed him over $200. Now, when was it? That might have been a lot of money back then. I don't know. He was killing motherfuckers for $8 allegedly. So even still, like, me personally, I feel like there's no amount of money that, you know what I'm saying, you should kill a motherfucker for. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, Ricky was about his paper, and he was serious about it.
You know, he was doing
not
bad,
Ricky,
so
Raphael.
You know,
My bad.
called myself helping him out, and he fucked me out my shit. You know, I gave him some dope to make more money than me, and plus it was almost pure cocaine. You know.
Did you refer?
So that is pretty alarming, right? But it continues on from here.
That's disturbing.
So he would basically go on to describe 2 other targets that he murked. All right, basically two other people that he was actively planning to kill, and he'll basically just explain how all of this went down.
Do you know what kind of van it was?
Yeah, like a utility van.
Okay. But you don't remember exactly where you got it?
No.
Do you remember how long you had it?
That day, I stole it the night before and put it up. Then I went and got it that night to go and kill these other 2 motherfuckers.
And who was that you were going to kill?
My mama, ex-boyfriend, and you know who she was engaged to, and his son.
What's their names? You know?
Father and son. Lil Harold or Big Harold?
Big Harold.
You know.
So he was going to kill his mom's ex-boyfriend and the son. Like,
what did they do to your mama?
This guy's a problem.
Their last name?
What did they do?
I forgot.
What street were they on that you went looking for them?
Alberta.
Okay, this is before you went
Alberta?
looking for Ricky Williams?
Yeah, I just wanted to kill somebody. You know, they paid me most of my money, but they have been spending me about my money for a month.
How many people were with you when you killed Ricky?
Just one.
Are you going to name that person?
Nope.
And why isn't it you won't name that person?
Because I don't honor no snitch.
So he says you don't snitch, you don't do no snitchery, doesn't do any of that, right?
I mean, you done told him what kind of gun he had. You know what I'm saying? You done told them, you done dropped them off at the crib and came back and picked them up and gave them $1,000. You done did everything except for tell him the name. I mean, he almost there.
It's not what he's on. But he would later open.
Damn, he wouldn't have killed his mama boyfriend and her, whatever he was, and her son?
Open up about another incident that involves some other gangsters from the area. So he would basically open up about a specific incident where he got into a serious altercation with some GDs, some gangster disciples at a local club.
Raphael, on October 9th, 1999, this year, at page 10, nightclub in East St. Louis, a security officer was shot. Can you tell me about your involvement in that?
Yeah, me, a Jane Doe, and a Jane Doe mother, and Jane Doe mother boyfriend, John Doe, went over to the club, page 10, and it was, we was in there.
Page 10, I ain't never, if y'all from St. Louis, where was page 10? Y'all from St. Louis, y'all older. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been to, you know what I'm saying, the Marquee and, you know what I'm saying, like that, but like, I've never heard of page 10.
We went back to the back by the bathroom. Her mother had to use the bathroom. She went in the bathroom. We were standing outside the bathroom waiting to take some pictures, waiting for her mother to come out the bathroom. And a big old guy, you know, I think he was a gang member, you know, a GD or something. He get the beating on the door telling her, come on out the bathroom, you know, let me in here. And he said that a couple times. I told him, man, won't you just let the lady go and use the bathroom and she'll be right out, you know. And he talking about, man, I want to use the bathroom. He say, bitch, come on out right now. I say, man, won't you show some respect for the lady and let the lady finish using the bathroom, man. She'll be out in a minute. And it was the woman's bathroom. And he said, what the fuck you got to do with it? I say, I got a lot to do with it, nigga. That's my people. And then I say, he said, and I said, and that's her boyfriend right there. He said, well, he ain't saying shit. And he said, nigga, I am saying something. You know, once you get up off the dope. And the dude started, you know, going off on me, you know. And then I started going off on him, cursing him out, and I heard a whistle. And then all these gang members, GDs up there, started mounting up. All of them started coming back there. You know, all of them was.
Damn, they got a whistle? What the fuck? They whistle and they like, oh, that's the old shit whistle, huh?
Mounting up. I had a 38 in the club with me.
What kind of 38 did you have?
A 38 special, the same one I described earlier.
Okay.
Look, so he's fearless as hell, right? Like, he in there with a girl, her mom's in the bathroom, some GD banging on the door. They ain't trying to let the GDs in the door this time. And he went face to face. He said they blew a whistle and all the GDs assembled.
All the
he was
GDs
not scared, not backing down.
What the
fuck? Can
you give me that description again?
Black steel with a pearl handle with a chip on that handle. And got detective special on the barrel. You know, I had that already in there. And he went up there, up front, started talking to all the dudes. The gals that was with me was telling me, leave it alone, leave it alone. I started going off on while he was walking away. And they started mounting up. So all of them started getting together in the group, about 20 of them. So I told the girl I would, I said, I'm just going to try to swatch this shit so I won't fuck up our night. And I went over there to the dude, I told him, I said, man, hey, that ain't even no trip. We gonna leave that shit alone. That ain't about shit. And I stuck my hand out. I said, we gonna let that go. And he said, nigga, get your bitch ass out my face. And I told him, punk ass nigga, handle your business, nigga. Nigga, it's on. Whatever you wanna do, nigga, it's on. And I walked out, went, got on the payphone.
Where's the payphone at?
Around, all the way up to the end of the bar to the left. Right off the bar. So I made a phone call, called somebody.
Right.
John Doe 2. Told him, come to the east side. You know, told him I was going to send somebody down because page 10 hard to find if you ain't never been there. So I sent the girl and her mother. I told him to bring some shit over there. He brought a grenade, a Tech 9, and...
Where the fuck you get a grenade from?
What the... 25 automatic.
He bought a grenade to the club.
Bro, where the fuck do you get, like, a grenade? I don't want to know, but, like... How do you have access to a fucking grenade? That's like when motherfuckers have access to a grenade launcher. Like, what the or rocket launcher? What the fuck?
Well, a grenade and a Tech 9 to the club and a 25 automatic. This isn't a drill. This is a full blown military incursion.
I sent them when he called from the bridge and say he getting off the bridge. I sent them down to a Club Illusion to meet him so he can follow him down there.
The Jane Doe's?
Yeah. Send both of them down there. So they get back down there. I had the girl, they come back in, tell me that he there. So I call out front. I called on the phone, tell them I'm thinking about just going to kill one of these motherfuckers in here and leave, you know. And then he said, no, don't, you know, try to just walk out first, you know, and then, you know, see if you can just walk out. I say, all right. He said, because he ain't want to be, you know, involved really in his, you know, car was registered in his name. So I had them, I sent the girls out the thing. I had the girl to bring a gun in. I gave the 25 automatic to the dude that was in there with me. I sent the girls out to get my 9.8 off the lot and pull it a little bit down the street, about a few buildings down the street, park in the middle of the street.
What color is your 9.8?
It's just a color. Okay. You know, we parked it down about a couple buildings from the club in the middle of the street, and I had the dude, the other John Doe, parked behind them in the middle of the street. And I'm talking on the phone. I tell him, I say, I'm going to send the dude out first. And then I'm going to come out behind him, just in case. Because the dudes kept going in and out the club like they was mounting up and strapping up out there. So I sent the dude, I told him I'm going to send the dude out. When he get in the car, then I'm going to come out just in case they get to shooting. I won't have him in the middle of the shit. But before, so I tell him we ready to come out now. Then as soon as I say it at the police, he come over there, the guard on the door, and start pest search, saying somebody say you got a gun on you.
You say police. Can you describe this guy to me?
Oh, he's a white guy. I don't know. I don't know what he looked like.
What do he have on?
He had on a security guard uniform.
Okay.
And he had a automatic 9mm on him.
Did he have it in a holster?
Yeah, it was
automatic
a
9.
You know, so a small Beretta. So I'm talking on the phone still, and I see him over there petting the dude down, feeling all on his clothes, and then he turned around and pointed. He had the gun on the dude while he was petting. He turned around and pointed the gun at me on the phone about 5 feet away. So I turned sideways like I couldn't hear, so he wouldn't be tripping on me because he pointed the gun at me because he knew we was together. And then he turned the gun back on him when I turned my back. I reached in my inside Tommy jacket, pulled the hammer back. Only had 4 bullets in the gun. I think I shot somebody earlier. I don't know. I pulled the hammer back.
He said, I think I shot somebody earlier that day. I don't know. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck is something is wrong with him.
He felt the gun on the dude in his right pocket. As soon as he put his security guard put his gun in the holster when he felt the gun. He dug in the dude's pocket. That's when I pulled the gun up and just shot him 4 times. And everybody in the club ran. I ran out. And didn't nobody really see it because it was fog, real thick fog and storming outside. I ran down the street, jumped in the car, and rode and made a wrong turn and ran the car off the road because we made a wrong turn. So I tried to make a U-turn, and the car went down on the little ditch. It was too muddy.
Damn, so he didn't even kill the motherfucker that he was trying to kill. He ended up killing the security guard, right? Like he didn't even kill him. What the fuck?
Get it out. Then we got out, got ready to start walking. And here come the other John Doe. He pulled up, picked us up. I was gonna have him pull my car out. He said, fucking leave the car. I snatched my papers out of the car and we went on back to St. Louis.
Okay.
I had on a Tommy blue jean jacket, Tommy hat. Both of us had on Tommy gold glasses. Me and the girl had on Tommy gold glasses. I had on the Tommy hat. I had on a Tommy shirt. A Tommy.
The attire, how it all went down, he's basically spilling the whole beans about the whole situation. Now, he would basically, explain later on, he was actually disappointed that he didn't get to finish the job when it came to this shooting. All right, listen to this.
Is there anything else?
Took the 38 and put it in the trash can.
He would talk about a carjacking that ultimately escalated into yet another fatal shooting.
Your involvement in that incident?
I went over there. I stole the van. I don't know where I stole it from. And I had a driver.
He liked vans. Don't he like stealing vans? He fuck with vans.
I had another little guy with me. I let him use the tech before I took the 38 and put it in the trash can. I took it out that night after I buried it and took it for one last round. I put the 38 on me and the 10mm. I wiped all the bullets off, all the guns, and loaded all. I put 28 bullets in the Tech 9, and I put 15 in the clip and 1 in the chamber of the 10mm. And we rode on the east side. And we just riding around looking for ballers, motherfuckers with money, and rims and beats. And, we pulled up on club, whatever the name.
It's sad to say, but St. Louis is still like that. You still got motherfuckers that's riding around looking for motherfuckers to rob and fuck with. And I'm pretty sure it ain't just St. Louis that's like that. It's other cities and shit. But that's one reason I'm glad I got the fuck out of that environment. You know what I'm saying? Cause I got my car and I did everything the right way. You know what I'm saying? And just to have to look over my back, you know what I'm saying? Just because I know it's motherfuckers out here like that. You know what I'm saying?
Name the club, I don't know.
And that's pretty much I still do that, you know what I'm saying? Just because crime is everywhere. it's gonna be somebody like that everywhere, regardless.
I was across the street from this club, sitting on the lot, waiting for somebody to pull up that looked like they might have some Rams, beats, and some money. And some 3 guys pulled up. Burgundy, looked like about an 85, 86 Cutlass pull up, and they got some loud music in the trunk. They pull up and park. You know, we sitting back there, and they don't get out. I'm waiting for them to get out, so we get the masses ready, but they don't get out. They keep the car running. And for a couple minutes, then they bag up and pull. They was blocked in, so they bag up and turn and pull at the tip of the lot where, if they wanted to, they can pull right into the streets. And they, so I had my driver to drive around the block and pull through a back alley, lots or something back there, and pull around, let us off right past a little shed or garage or something. And we put our masks on. I had a 38 in my hand with gloves on and the Glock. And the other guy, he had his mask on. He had an orange mask on. I had a white string mask on with a hood and a Tommy sweatsuit. So we jumped the fence and ran across the lot. I pointed the 38 and the 10 millimeter to the passenger window and told the motherfucker to get out. And the other dude who was with me, he pointed the Tech 9 at the driver's side. And the driver got out, which was Keith. He got out, he made him sit in the back on the driver's door in the back seat. And the other guy, no, that wasn't Keith. The one that jumped out was on the driver's side in the back. Keith was in the middle. And Wooden, he was the driver. And the guy that was with me got on the passenger side. I was on the passenger side in the back. I had the Glock pointed toward the window that we was going to see part of the end. So off at Branch Street, in the car, I got to the corner to a spot or a vacant house. It took all the.
Hold on, well, I'll let you see in just a second. How about?
Just look at it.
And where
Last thing that I want to show you from this video that was insane. There was a crazy kind of, it was sort of dark humor in a way, because the investigators would actually present him with his own gun that he used in these crimes, and this would elicit a pretty crazy reaction.
Does this look familiar right now?
Yeah, let me see if it's.
Hold on, well, I'll let you see in just a second. How about?
Just look at it.
And where was this gun at?
In my black leather briefcase.
What was with that in the black leather briefcase?
A 10 millimeter Glock, the one you got over there.
These 2 guns were together?
Yeah, a couple masks and 1 or 2 pair of gloves. And I think a phone number was in the bag.
He's guessed to see them guns, man. He wants to get to touching them again. But look, okay, I thought this was really interesting. If you want to learn more about Raphael Jackson's.
That is crazy. They brought out the guns that he used in the murders. What the fuck? Yeah, it's definitely something wrong with him. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying it's okay. A couple of them was like he was pleading with him, but like I said, I still don't think there's any reason to take another life off this earth unless it's to defend yourself. But if you want to see more of my videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any more.
Oh my God.